Hey, hope you guys are doing amazing. Got another little Fuck It Up Friday coming. 19 times, baby. It's got me feeling sexy. I hope you're feeling sexy too. Hope you're happy. Hope you're healthy. We're going to get after it. Tune in, baby. We're taking this thing to the moon. Let's go.
Couldn't get a bond, I set it out, they put that hold on me. 4-5, XBs, 50 shot, glizzies, peace treat, bitch please. You know I grew up on that balance. DOA turn off them sirens, I be thirsty on this.
Cheers to this one. This is going to be a goodie. It's going to be a goodie.
Shout out to 19 Crimes, baby. 2021 shreds.
Nah, I think we need to do a few plugs on this, actually. We need to do a few plugs.
Yo, what's up, gang? Welcome back to Fuck It Up Fridays. Another amazing episode. A very, very, very lovely guest today. And you know what? Back on that 19 Crimes Shiraz 2021. Let me tell you. The bottle looks sexy, and guess what? I feel sexy too.
Yeah, let's go.
So welcome back, team. But before we do get into the podcast, we got a special guest, and she's doing a little something special. So I'm hand that over to you, bro, if you want to run us through a little something here.
You guys, look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see that, but Sammie, this lovely lady over here.
You like that?
She is the proud founder.
Yes.
Founder. That sounds good.
Founder.
Doesn't it?
Owner. CEO.
Look at the packaging.
All
Boss
the
babe.
above.
Look at the packaging. It has a little note in here. Would like to thank you for your purchase and congratulate you on your great taste. I like it.
Right?
I got great taste.
Yeah, you do. Forced great taste.
Yeah, I love it.
100%.
I love it. So thank you so much for that.
You're
But
very
yo,
welcome.
we're going to put the details in that in the comments so you
sure.
guys can go and check that out. Honestly, it's this is fire. The fit is nice too. Boys, look at these arms. It's nice and tight around those arms too. So
Major key.
100%. 100%. She knows what she's doing. 100%. But welcome, Sammie. Welcome.
Thank you very
How are
much.
you? How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you.
Introduce
Thank you.
yourself a little bit. Where are you from? Obviously, there's a bit of an accent we hear there.
Yeah, do I still have it?
What do you think? What do you think, man? You can hear yourself, can't you?
Do you sound different when you talk to yourself in the mirror?
No. You can do that, right? Talk to yourself in the
Well,
mirror.
yeah, obviously.
I mean, I
Bit of a
do.
fucking weirdo.
No, look, I'm from the UK,
Yeah, whereabouts?
in Devon, down
Devon,
south.
yes.
So it's coastal town.
Okay.
Yep, nice and
Not
cold.
coastal like this, though, yeah?
Look, no, not quite the same. Not quite the same. But very small town. Everyone knows everyone. You know, that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Same vibes that we're from.
Yeah. So I moved to Oz 9 years ago now.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been here quite a while.
Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised I still sound like a pom.
Well, yeah. I
mean, it's
have you on-
nice.
I wouldn't have you on if you didn't.
It's a little bit of point of difference there.
Honestly, Sammie is a very, very interesting character. I've been wanting to get her on for ages. So, yeah, I'm so happy to have you on.
I'm
happy
so
to have you on.
scared.
I swear everyone says that, and then at the
Literally,
end
yeah.
of the podcast, they're like, let's keep going,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Like,
I got so many more secrets I can tell,
100%.
but I'm not coming on ever again.
I'm definitely going to have to change gyms after this, I tell you.
So anyway, yeah, that's how we know Sammie. So Sammie is one of the she fucking puts everyone else to shame at the gym, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, like those gym fits. She knows what she's
She
doing.
knows what she's
too.
doing.
You do. You do. No. But nah, it's a good time. It's always a good time talking to you, bro. But yeah, well, let's get into this. And we
Yep.
got some questions for you.
Okay, hit me.
Let's hit some questions. So first off, I know you're a bit of a traveler.
I am.
Okay, so give us a little bit of a rundown, like a
Mm-hmm.
little list, I guess, as to where you have been so far.
Okay, so I did a world trip first. That was my first trip away. So I just thought, let's go
How
for
old
it.
are you at that point? You're doing
That was 2008.
2008.
So how many
Okay.
years ago was that? That was it.
Shit.
Let's not
young.
dive into
That's
that. That you. So what?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
so I went to Kenya to
Yeah.
do volunteer work.
Wow. What'd
Yeah.
you do? Like what kind of volunteer
We
work?
built a school.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I like that.
That's lovely.
Yeah, we built a school.
That's actually
Yeah.
amazing. Wow.
So we did that for 8 weeks.
How did you get involved with that?
I just Googled traveling places and it came up and I was like, I could do that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So-
I love that. So do they like pay for it at all and stuff? Or do you just went there and sort of helped out?
We just go there and help out. So the payment that we pay to go and stay there is what they use to buy everything to build.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So after Kenya, where you going?
Then I came to Oz.
What?
Then I came to Oz.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was expecting like this long ass list. And then, like,
Then I came to Oz the first time. See, I've been
Okay.
here multiple times
So you
before I
came
settled.
here to the Gold Coast, or
I did a whole trip
Okay.
around.
Best place that you went to?
I like Early Beach.
nice? Yeah,
But I
close
think
to
it's
home.
because of the experiences, not necessarily the place, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you went there with a few different people?
No, so
Or no?
I just rocked up on my own.
Yeah.
But I met so many awesome people
Yeah,
there.
that's
And
the
it was
vibes.
just a good
Yeah.
freaking time, you
Love
know?
that.
And then from Oz, I went to New Zealand.
Yes. Where'd you go? Tell us all
That's
about
home.
it.
So I did the Kiwi Experience bus.
Yeah. What was that like? That'd be
They're the
hectic.
same
I
thing
swear
that
that's the
lives
same
it.
thing that
Is
lives.
it the green bus?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
the green fuck bus
green
or some
fuck
shit?
bus.
Yes, that's exactly it. Oh,
Is
God.
it true though?
Great.
God
It's
damn,
so
I
true.
fucking want to go back there and do
The
that
green
now.
fuck bus.
It's so freaking good. Yeah, that was a sick time.
All right,
Yeah.
well, go on then. Which wheel did you... No.
All of them.
Good girl. Good girl.
Jesus. And then
We're going to get some shit out of you today, girl.
We'll go
You
back
better
to
be
that.
scared.
We'll circle back round. Then I went to the States.
Okay, whereabouts?
I did a cross-country thing from LA to New York.
That's literally from west
From-
to east.
yeah,
That's sick.
yeah.
Nice.
And
How long
then
does that take?
we did it in 21 days.
Fuck.
Yeah, so
you
pretty
stop.
quick. Yeah, but it's pretty quick though. So you stop and you stay like a night or two in a place, and then you're straight back on the bus. So it was probably would have been better to do it for longer, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
Favorite state? Out of the short time you were there?
It's all much of a muchness.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
They're all
It's kind
different.
of-
They all got their very unique style about
Yeah.
right.
each place as well.
Yeah.
What is your take as a whole on America? What do you think of it? As a whole?
It was a good experience, but I wouldn't be fussed to ever go back,
Okay.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good to experience it, right?
Yeah. Gotta do it once.
Then I went to Egypt.
Yes. What's that like? That's amazing.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. All I wanted to do was go to the pyramids to tick off something from my bucket list.
Yeah.
The bucket list.
The bucket
we will
list.
talk about that. We'll get back into that.
And so they take you out on a little truck
Yeah.
to the pyramids, and where you get off, you look up and there's a big McDonald's sign. And you're
way.
like, this is kind of ruining my vibe. you know?
Hey?
Right? It's,
I'm expecting.
I'm looking for people out here in their fucking sandals and
Yeah,
shit.
literally
Right?
like Tutankhamun needs to come out
Yeah.
or something like that.
And so I was kind of like, oh, this isn't right. But then they take you on a camel and they take
Oh,
you out
okay.
to this one spot. There's only one spot that you have to stand where you can take a picture and have all three next to each other. And so they take you out there, you take your
So
picture.
are you close to the like? Where are you? Like
no, you're
not.
heaps far away.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because when you're close to them, you can't see them all. They hide behind each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Can you get close to them though? Like, can you walk?
Yeah, you
up
can.
And,
There's one you can touch it and stuff,
Yeah.
and
did you do that?
yeah.
It's very
Yeah,
sacred.
just went
Yeah. Okay.
I was
what
like-
did it feel like?
Oh, rock! It's a rock.
felt like a
What did it
rock.
feel like? Really?
It's like a bumpy. Yeah.
I'm not.
Are they huge
I don't know.
though? Like, are they deceptively like?
Yeah,
when
it's-
you get up next to them, they're like,
Yeah, it's insane.
I've always
Like,
wanted
yeah.
to do that. That'd be
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, but it was more just for it was something I thought I should do in life.
Yeah.
It was on the bucket list, so I was like, well, I can't.
Is it very Egyptian though? You see like the books and stuff like that
Yeah.
and the drawings. Is it very, they dress like that? They wear that
Oh,
type of
yeah,
shit?
like the locals. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
proper?
Yeah.
Because what do they speak?
Egyptian?
What does that sound like though?
I don't know.
I don't know,
No.
like Egyptian.
Did it sound
Yeah.
like nothing though? When they spoke to you, we're like, what
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck?
like you'd just be like,
No, that's an interesting
oh,
question, bro.
I-
Actually,
I
like I don't
speak
really know.
English.
Yeah.
But most of them, like, you're like, I don't know. I'm
Did
sheltered.
you ask anyone like any questions about like? Because I'm so interested in that
Mm.
shit. Like, you know, like how the fuck they built those fucking pyramids.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'm so.
They had people pulling those things
Right?
up, like,
He-
right? They had
he-
tracks.
See, I just can't see it. I just can't see it at all. Like, how big are those rocks? Like
Oh,
each one is.
Yeah, it's huge.
like
It's
tons.
huge. And they used to put them on like big pillar things and like with little
Yes.
rolls and like roll.
He didn't. You
don't-
didn't believe me.
I don't think.
I told him.
No, that is so true.
I was like, my Egyptian cousins used to do that.
But then how do they?
My
Shout out to my guys. I miss you guys.
It's been a few thousand years, but shout out.
Yeah. I want my sandals back too.
But no, like, how do they, like, because they're all pretty shaped, aren't they?
They're perfectly shaped.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how the fuck
Symmetrical.
does that happen? They've got to do, like,
What?
I mean?
What do you mean?
Back in the day, they had to, like, mold these rocks out of, like, nothing with, like, what, little
Chisels and shit. No shit.
Fuck.
I'm telling you, bro. You don't
How
believe
long?
me.
Right?
does that
they
take?
were
I
grafters
just don't-
back in the
100%.
day.
That's
They were
their whole
grafters.
life.
I don't know.
Right?
They're born on the chisel and they die on the
Yes.
chisel.
We'll agree to disagree.
I'm
There's
telling
nothing
you.
to
No.
disagree.
God,
It's fact.
No, I don't
Overthinking
believe
it.
it. I don't believe it. I'm like, man, something else happened over there.
So after Egypt, next,
Okay.
where was the next spot?
So then that was the end of my big year trip.
Yeah.
But then I did another 6-month trip to Southeast Asia.
Okay.
So I did Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, and Cambodia.
Was that sort of a working vibe or was it just straight travel?
straight travel?
Yeah.
Insane.
Mm.
Insane. And you can live so cheap.
Yeah.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think my whole trip was like 12 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And that's 6 months?
Yep. And that's like living like a king too.
Yeah.
And like doing
yeah.
all the experiences and
I remember
Yeah.
going to Thailand with the boys and oh my God,
There's-
living like kings, man. But
Right.
holy shit.
there's no place like it, honestly. I will retire in Thailand 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yep. Yep.
Just
That's
so
gone.
nice. It's peaceful.
It
No
is.
one actually gives a fuck. It's just like,
Right.
man, everyone's here to have fun. Like, we're all going to die one day. Let's
Yeah.
just, have a
Yeah.
good time doing
That's
it.
vibes.
Yeah, they
I like
live
that.
they live for the moment in Thailand too. They live for that day.
It
Like,
teaches you a lot, right?
It does. It really does. Yeah. Yeah, that's such a vibe. I love Thailand.
To go and experience that, huh?
Have you not travelled much?
Nah.
No?
I'm working, man. I'm working. So my thing is like I want to like do all my work in my 20s, like build my foundation,
Yeah.
set my career up, housing situation, all that sort of stuff, and then go in and really enjoy it like in my 30s. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
really go out and like don't have to worry about like when I come back, I've got to go and get a job or I got to climb the ladder and got to do this.
Right.
You have plenty of money to do it all, and like I just feel like like in your 30s you probably like would go and do more, I guess, memorable experiences. Like for me as a guy in my early
Yeah.
20s, I probably would have just went out and just got on the piss
And
the whole
party,
time.
yeah,
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So like for me, I'm like, man, I'd rather do all of those things, remember them, and I guess I don't know. Like I just feel like that's the way for me personally to do
Yeah.
it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has their way to do it, and there's no
Yeah,
right or wrong way
not
to
at
do
all.
it. It's
That's
just
not
like
at
that's
all.
how that person decided to do it, and it's just like, fuck.
Exactly.
You don't regret it no matter what you do
Well, that's
anyway.
exactly
Oh.
the way you did it.
Yeah, that's right. And it's different experiences, like the experiences when you travel younger
Yeah.
and then to when you travel older. So
Yeah.
it's just it's going to be different, but they're going to have their pros and cons, right?
Of course. Definitely. So anyway, where did you go after that?
Where did I go after that? Oh, I did some of Europe. Oh, so I also went to France and I did a
Yes.
ski season for 6 months.
That would have been so good.
It was so good. It was so good. So
So
they
you're a pro skier now, you reckon?
yes, I am.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Not very
100%.
confident.
No, not at all. I went not being able
Humble.
to do. I went not being able to do anything, and I left not being able to do anything.
100%.
What the fuck were you doing?
Did you go into like the middle
whole
of
time
Paris
just
and stuff like
standing in
that?
one spot.
No, we just stayed in the Alps, but it was
Okay.
really good because. So I did childcare out there. So they would make us work for like half a day.
Yeah.
And then in exchange for that tiny bit of work, you got all your accommodation, your meals, your ski
That's so
pass, your board hire, your ski hire, all of that. And so on Christmas Day, I was like, woo, on the slopes,
Yeah.
loving
Sick.
life. And that was actually the first thing I ever did before I did my world travel. And that's what made me want to travel more.
The Alps. Like, does that make you feel like super small? Like, did you get a good view of like
Yeah,
everything?
like our cabin was right at the bottom of the piste as well. And so you just wake up and look out the window and you're like, fuck, this is insane. Like, it's magical.
You've got plenty of photos, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta
I mean,
show me some of those, man.
look, it was a long time ago, so they're
Yeah.
not good quality photographs.
Yeah.
It was back in the days.
Yeah.
Back in
You
the
know,
old flip
that's,
phone.
that's how old I am.
What sort of phone did you have?
I had a camera, an actual camera.
Oh, no way.
No phone,
That's
no
funny.
phone camera.
She had to like.
I'm that old.
Straight up, let's go.
Okay.
Fuck,
Shut
that's
up,
a
you're
vibe.
not that old.
That's a
God
vibe.
damn. Anyway, this is that awkward.
This
Anyway,
guy.
where did you go after that? After your ski
Okay.
season in France?
Is it your mate?
Oh, fucking shut up.
Yeah.
Who invited you anyway?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Okay, so after that, where else have I been? Oh, I've been to Malta. Oh, Tenerife. I went
Tenerife.
to Tenerife. That was a party holiday. I worked there too.
Yeah?
In the bars.
Where's Tenerife? I don't know.
Canary Islands.
Oh, yeah. Where's that? I actually don't know where that is.
Oh,
If
okay.
you could explain, yeah.
In Europe.
Okay,
It's
yeah, man.
Canary Islands. So
Yeah.
it's like Ibiza. You'd know Ibiza.
Oh, yeah. Talk to me about Ibiza.
So Ibiza, Tenerife, it's all in the Canary Islands, right?
Yes.
So they're like little
Okay.
party islands. You
Yeah.
go there, you just have an awesome time.
Yeah.
See,
And
we're
then you
good
leave.
boys. We don't party. We don't know this.
I mean, every now and then.
She's still asking, who invited this guy?
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, what was that like? So, craziest party moment from Canary Islands.
Oh, okay.
Or Tenerife.
So it was our last day there.
Yeah.
And do you remember, was her name Lisa Lashes, I want to say?
Yeah,
She was like a DJ.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, she was playing in this club and it was like the thing to do. So we were like,
Yeah.
okay, me and my friend were like, yeah, we're going to go. We're just not going to drink because we've got to get up early and, do our thing. So anyway,
right,
so we
famous
go out.
last words.
I'm not gonna
right? But you're young and you're
Yeah,
dumb and
100%.
you truly believe yourself in the moment. You're like, yes, I've got this.
100%.
I'm not going to do anything wrong.
It was
And
like
then...
the biggest lie of our
Right.
generation. Eh?
And
Nah,
you-
not a big one tonight, boys.
not a big one. And it was the biggest one ever.
Yeah.
And so then I remember we got home to our like hotel and I don't know, it must have been like 3 o'clock or something. And we had lots of people there. There was lots and lots of people there with us and God knows what was going
Followed
on.
you guys back or something? Or like,
Oh no, we
You
were
just
like,
got together.
Let's
Yeah.
go, let's go.
Those are
Not
the
a
best
big
ones too
one.
because they're
You're
just
one of
losing
those.
it too.
Right? And so then anyway, I then pass out and I wake up to my phone vibrating and I'm like, what's this going on? It's my alarm. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So got all my stuff together. We went down to the cab and I've literally got like undies on, like I'm still scattery.
Yeah.
I've got my shit's hanging out my bag and I'm trying to get into this taxi and we're like, to the airport. And then he was like, okay, but you had to pay money before you got in the taxi back then.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, where's my money? My friend's like, where's my money? We didn't have any money. And I'm like, shit,
what
okay,
happened to your money?
seriously.
You spent it all.
Oh, well, fuck, I don't know. I didn't even have all my belongings. I didn't even have
Spent
my
all my
clothes.
last drink.
Pants on.
I didn't have my clothes on. I was not worried about money at this point. And so anyway, this bless this guy. He was like, okay, get in. So anyway, we got all the way to the airport. Don't have my passport.
Oh, women.
Right? Women.
Jesus
And I was
Christ.
like, okay, it's okay, breathe. So then we had to then get a taxi back with no money. So we managed.
So the same guy.
No, he had gone.
Oh, like, look at you guys.
So we
I was
managed.
like, oh, they got no pants. I'll take them.
So anyway, no, by this point I had managed in the taxi
Okay,
to put
okay.
some clothes on because I
Good.
was like, the airport might get arrested,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bit dodgy. So
Fair
anyway,
play.
so we get back to the hotel, find my passport, thank the Lord. We get back and then by that point missed our flight. And so
Wait, you were going home from there?
we were going home.
Okay.
So bearing in mind we've still got no money either. So then we're like, okay, right, it's okay, everything's okay.
Wait, how much money did you lose? Like, did you lose like a
Well, I
fuckload?
Did you just spend it
didn't
all?
have my. Well, I didn't have my purse. So like my ID, like my card,
Passport.
my card.
Everything.
No, my passport was still at the hotel, so that
Okay.
was okay.
Yeah.
But so we didn't have anything.
Shit.
So then we're just stuck there, and then my phone dies.
God.
Shit, this is some hangover shit.
You know when things just happen, and then you get to a
You just
point,
start laughing, eh?
All right, and you
You're
just-
like, this is the best thing ever, man.
We're sat on the floor in the middle of the airport and we're just looking at each other like standard age. Bearing in mind, we're like just 18. So we've got
Shit.
no
Yeah,
idea
that's perfect.
about freaking anything.
That's
Nothing
crazy.
at all.
100%.
Anyway, I did get home eventually.
Yeah.
3 days later, mind you.
How did you do that with no money?
you got
Because my parents, when I managed to get hold of them, were like, no, you fucked up. You have to learn this lesson.
go.
And left us there for 3 extra
Yes,
days.
Mum and Dad.
They did. They were like, you're going
Good.
to learn this
Yeah.
lesson. Don't be such a freaking idiot.
Yeah.
And so you can stick it out there at that airport for
Don't say you're
3
gonna have a
more
quiet night next
days,
time.
Right?
100%.
That's what my folks are like, you know.
Shit.
They're like, you'll learn this lesson, girlfriend.
So you've been to a few places, right? So
Yep.
what? Well, I guess what set you off on the journey, and then in the same question, what landed you in Oz?
Oh, okay. Wow.
So, because obviously you said you travelled, at quite a young age. Like,
Yeah.
what made you? Was it just something that?
So I went and did my ski season first, like I said, and that kind of made me want to travel. And then there was an incident that happened, and I was trying to escape.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I used travel as a way to get out.
From the
So-
small town where everyone knows everyone.
because I got to a really, really bad place. So, like, I just completely went off the rails. So, like, just an incident happened, and I just started drinking heaps and, like, doing drugs and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
as you
And
do.
it was really, really bad to the point that I started, like, calling into work and, like, oh, I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
Sleeping in my car because I was just so, like,
So
you know, I
something
didn't wanna go home.
threw you off your path.
yeah, and it was like I was totally like off the rails.
yeah.
And I remember the defining moment was I was asleep in my car and I woke up and I was like meant to be going to work, but obviously wasn't, and had a voicemail from my mum,
Yeah.
and it just said, like, I don't know what's going on, but you need to change something because she was like getting upset. She was like, because I'm so scared that one day I'm going to get a knock at the door and it's going to be, you know, I found your
She's not
daughter
home.
dead in the
Yeah.
ditch. Because, yeah, look, it wasn't my finest hour. It was pretty shit. And so then I was like, all right, something's got to change. And I knew that I had to leave the environment that was making me like that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's go and travel. And that's when I found the gym too, because I was advised to put all of that
Energy.
anger,
That
that
pain.
emotion, and put it into something positive.
Yeah.
So it was like swapping an addiction that was negative to try and mask the pain to an addiction that was a positive one.
I love that.
So
That's so good.
yeah. Oh,
Amazing.
I can feel myself.
Jesus Christ.
That now that you've got to the place that you are now, like I know this is going to sound very weird, but I feel like with that, in a weird way, going through all that shit was like the fucking
Best thing.
actually not as happiness, but it's just like fuck, that's the best thing because I found so
Right.
much pain that it caused like happiness, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean, like
Oh.
because I think about it all the time. It's like sometimes I feel the happiest when I feel like fucking sad as fuck or like having
Right.
like so much pain. It's just like
Yeah.
if this is what pain feels like, I can't wait to feel like what happiness
Right.
looks like.
Yeah.
Was that did you
Yeah.
start to like feel that when you sort of got to a place of like when you found the gym and stuff like that?
Yeah, so suddenly it's just a change from always feeling like trapped in myself. Do you know what I mean? Because I do these things like I'd just get absolutely obliterated drunk, you know, and then like turn
Just
into
wanna
drugs
escape
and stuff
reality.
to escape reality, to try and be the person that I thought I wanted to be, because I thought I wanted to be happy, whatever that really is, right? And so you'd be in that space for a little while and it would be great.
Yeah.
But then you're straight back
Of course.
to the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's worse every single time you do it. And I knew it was getting worse, but you just can't. It was like
Yeah.
an addiction to just
100%.
feeling something.
Yeah.
And so then when...
And it's very hard at that point to see a way out, you know,
Right.
because like the way out is just so easy because you just, you know, you get high again or you get drunk again.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it was just... Yeah, and I started listening to like motivational speeches and stuff too.
Who's the first person that you started listening to?
You're gonna laugh, but it's Will Smith, and I know that
Yes.
you guys. Oh, I
watched
thought you
the
were gonna.
video. I
Did
watched
you?
the video.
Yeah,
We'll
I
get
did.
back to that.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
100%.
But and he said this thing about fault and responsibility. So it was like that fault and responsibility do not go together. It was like just because it is someone's fault that you feel some kind of way, it's
your
not.
responsibility.
Yeah, it's not their responsibility to get you out of it. That's on you. So it's your responsibility to decide what that does for your life and what that does for you as a person. So I was like, okay, so the only person that can change this is me.
Yeah.
And so then I was advised, you know, go and punch a bag or go and do something that's physical, just get out all that aggression.
Well,
and that's where the gym was like, whew.
What I want to ask is like, because there's a lot of people that may be in that sort of position right now, right? But it's very hard sometimes to listen to other people. You know, when they're telling you to go, like, go to the gym or go and do this, like everyone sort of in their own mind thinks that they know, like, I guess better or whatever. Like, how was it translated to you so that you actually went and did something about it? So was it that phone call from your mum, or was there something like other people around you?
That was the defining moment that made me realise that, okay, something's got to change, because it's weird, because when you're in those kind of situations, I always thought that people around me didn't know. And I know that sounds weird. But
everyone can see it.
They were my parents.
Yeah.
Of course they knew. Like,
Yeah.
they would have seen me in some freaking shit states. Like, I used to sleep, because I had to move back in with my dad because I was such a mess.
Yeah.
And I'd sleep with, like, a bottle of port, I remember once, next to my bed. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That is not okay. And of course he knew.
Yeah.
Like, he knew. They all knew.
Definitely.
But when you're in it, you honestly believe
You're ignorant, man.
that,
You're
like,
fuck, they wouldn't know.
that everyone thinks that you're sweet and you're
Yeah.
going through life and everything's cruising.
Because at that point, you're
you're
the only
telling-
one that's been through that position, so
Right.
you think no one else will understand. So you're the only
Right.
one that's been through that, and I'm the only one that'll go through it the way that I'm going through
and
it.
you
like,
think that you can cover things well, but to the people that are close to you, dude, you look a mess. I know you're not okay,
especially
right?
when someone it's like you know, when once someone notices the smallest thing, they'll start looking for other things, so then
Yeah.
they'll notice you know
that's
everything
right.
else.
Everything.
But anyway, of course they knew, and so that voicemail was like what hit home, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to change, because I was very blessed to have amazing parents, and suddenly it hit me, what am I doing to them?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just about me. Yeah, I'm trying to heal myself or mask some pain, but it's the effect that it has on the people around you that I hadn't really realised until that
They've
point.
done nothing wrong, in a
Right?
sense, you
and
know.
and I was like, I'm so blessed that I've been, you know, given these amazing parents, and now I'm doing that to them. And what are they going to do if they do get a phone call one day? Oh, you know, your daughter's dead in a ditch somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, what's that going to do to them? That's awful. So then that's when I was like, okay, something had to change. So I started to listen to people. I made myself listen to people. And even though I didn't think it was always good advice, it's like,
That was the
I
start.
have to try something,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, that's also when I started to travel more, because I had to remove myself from that situation.
That's really amazing, because like, you know, a lot of people, even with, you know, say that phone call from you know, like a parent or something, they still, you know, find it very hard. So like, good on you for having that mindset that was strong enough to not only take in what she said, and because a lot of people will take that as criticism and they'll put their back up against the wall and be like, well, no, like, I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you actually did something about it, and you know, you realized that without change, you won't change.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
That's right.
so that's amazing. So obviously that got you out, but then what landed you in Australia? So obviously,
So I met a guy here.
hey,
Yes.
What, when you came here or before you got here?
So when I came here the second time.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
but what brought you, like, out of all the places you've been?
Oh,
you
I
were
don't know. I
like,
just loved it. There's just
Yeah.
something about this
Something
country,
vibey
hey?
about
There's
it, eh?
something about
Yeah.
it. And I felt like home was here
yeah,
more so than anywhere else I'd ever been. I don't know. It just had a pull on me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then I came back here and met a guy.
So did you come straight back to Queensland?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Met a guy and...
Go
I
on,
like these ones.
Go on.
I met a guy and man, it's all downhill from there.
and then, yeah, pretty much. No, not at all. Not at all. So I was on because it was the second time I'd come back, I had to come back on a different visa. So the first time I was on a work and holiday visa. You can only get that once in your lifetime. So I had to come back
Oh no, this is going.
on a... Oh, do you though?
Do I?
I had to come back on a holiday visa, right? Now, the rules on that is every 3 months you have to leave the country. And come back in. And you're not allowed to work. So anyway, what happened was I had made some friends, and one of my girlfriends, so I wasn't working, I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
One of my girlfriends worked at Billy's Beach House, I think it was called, in Surfers. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
I don't know, but it sounds
Anyway,
nice.
it's not there
What's up,
anymore.
Billy?
They knocked it down, and if
Yeah.
you knew it, you'd know why. Anyway, so
It sounds like we don't want to know why.
no. Anyway, so she used to work there, just like handing out leaflets, and then she'd take the money at the door.
Yeah.
And she worked with this other girl, and this other girl was sick one day, and so my friend said to me, "Oh, can you just come and help, and I'll just give you some cash, like nothing sensible." And so I was like, yeah, cool. So we'd been messaging back and forth about it. Anyway, so I go help her out. She gives me the cash, all is well. Then my 3 months comes up, so I go to Vanuatu for a week to leave the country to be able to come back in. Anyway, on coming back in, I get pulled aside. And they take me into an interview room and say that someone has tipped them off that I've been working on a holiday visa. So they go through my phone and they find text messages from my friend saying about work. She'd used the word work. So they deported me.
What the fuck?
So I went to a detention center,
Yeah.
right? They actually deported me. And honestly, I felt like...
Just that word, that just...
Right? It's
like,
full on, hey. So...
damn.
I say a detention centre, it was actually like a hotel. So I had 2 guards. I had a male and a female guard. And they had to handcuff me, walk me through the airport and put me on a bus and then take me. Honestly, it was like full on. And I'm just like, what the hell? I'm like innocent and sweet and lovely. You know,
Yeah.
hardly. And yeah, so then I'm in the detention centre and they have to do this form with you to like risk you on how risky you are to like escaping or killing yourself or whatever. So they took the laces out my shoes and all that kind of stuff. And then every time I went to the bathroom,
That's
they had to
fucking
stand at
freaky.
the door and I had to talk to them the whole time. So I don't know what they thought I was going to do in
You
there.
swallow stuff, I guess.
Oh,
Like,
I don't know, but anyway.
Shelve it.
Yeah, so they're waiting outside the bathroom and I'm talking to them as I'm peeing and it was really uncomfortable. Anyway, they do this form and then they put me at a very low risk, of course, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm chatting with them and they're really lovely people and I told them the story and they're like, this is ridiculous. Like they need to be deporting people that need to be deported.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
come on, they're sending me back to England. It's not like it's a third world country. Like I'm going to be sweet. I'm okay. Send me back to my family.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they were really lovely and they let me have a visitor. So I was like, oh, okay, my new fella from Aussie can come and visit me, right? So
Whereabouts was this detention centre?
so in Brisbane.
Okay.
So it's just a hotel, but it was like, so you know how you get like 2 rooms and then they're like divided by like a door,
Yeah.
so you can kind of walk through.
Yeah, right.
So the guards are in one and I was allowed to be in the other one on my own, but I had to leave the door open. So anyway,
that's
so
weird. Like,
Right.
that's fucking...
I know.
Don't you guys have better things to do
Right?
with your time, man?
Anyway.
Nah, man.
Sit there and relax in the next
100.
room while I'm trying to relax.
They listen to the latest Fuck It Up Fridays podcast. You know what I mean?
You know it.
So I was like, okay, cool. So I text my new fella
Yeah.
and like, oh, you're allowed to bring me food and come and say hi. So he brings me some pizza to the hotel. He comes in and says hi. So we're just like lying in the bed watching telly. And then I'm thinking, this is going to be the last time I'm ever going to see this guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm in love with this guy, you know.
100%.
He's from a foreign land. He's so
Oh,
beautiful,
fuck,
you know.
here we
Like,
go.
they're deporting me.
Where's he from?
Australia.
Shit, I thought you were going to say
Got that
Spain or
kangaroo
some
blood,
shit.
baby.
He's just Aussie. And so I was like, oh, this is the last time I'm going to see him. And I was like, oh, they're not. How
They're not
much?
gonna
How
what?
much?
They're
How
not gonna
much?
see.
Fuck
How,
off.
how much can they see through the open door? Really?
No.
Really?
How much
Be
can
quiet.
they hear?
So,
Be quiet, be quiet.
so we're trying to be really sneaky, and you know, you do like the side thing.
Yeah.
You got the blankets,
Little spooning
on and-
position.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this will be fine. Like they're not gonna know. Anyway, so we do our thing. Happy days. Love
Yeah.
that for us.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh,
done? Yeah,
fucking
good.
cool.
Well, let's go.
The last day he's going to see him, man.
So I was
Shit.
I
like,
was expecting and they were like, "Wait, what are you doing?"
no,
Even
well,
if they were, it's like, shit, you want a show? I'll show you a show.
But the next morning, I'm going out, I'm talking to them because it was the day that they were going to let me fly home because they have to call the pilot and send all your paperwork and make sure he's happy to take, you know,
Yeah,
a prisoner on the plane.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, see what it was like.
And you're just like, man, I like being handcuffed. I'm used to this.
I got handcuffed last night.
So I'm out there, I'm talking to them, I'm making small talk, and I'm like, oh, so you guys doing this must see some characters and see some things, eh? And The guy looks at me and goes, yes, and we see more than you know. And I was like, dun, dun, dun. I was like, great, now you've just made this so freaking awkward for me.
Thanks, buddy.
Did you like it?
The ride to the airport.
Did you like it?
And then to make it worse, we get to the airport. They're like walking either side of me, you know, put me on the plane, and then apparently my paperwork was wrong. So the pilot didn't want to take me, so I had to go back with them. And I was just like, why is this happening?
Can I call my fellow?
I did. And they were like, I'm not sure if that's appropriate.
Oh, shut up.
Okay.
Girls got needs, man.
They wanted it.
$100.
They loved it. They loved it.
Oh,
Hey,
that's amazing.
look, you got to do what you got to do. And I just thought, hey,
So
I'm
you
never
went,
gonna see this
you
guy
got
again.
deported, you went back to England?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you came back?
And then I came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you came back properly this time? All that time?
What you did originally.
No, I'm here properly. I'm a full-on citizen now,
Yeah.
so all is well.
So how long ago was that? Like, give us a bit of a time like that. How long have you been here now fully?
This time I've been here for, like 9 years probably.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I remember I'm that old.
Oh, shut up.
25.
Oh, she loves
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
eh?
See?
25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm old,
Loves
right?
it.
That's freaking old. Jesus.
Speaking of, you were getting after it in the room where the security were. They were probably peeping. They were probably looking.
100%. Good
I've
on
got a
it,
little,
though, right?
yeah, 100%. I'd be looking too.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Free.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Shit, that I find right now. That's not for free. You're paying. So, and speaking of that,
Shit.
weirdest place that you ever is that the weirdest place you've ever had sex?
Look, I'd have to say so. Although,
Come on.
I mean, the usual weird places, though.
Like
in swimming pools and just
Beach.
in
There
a
we
pub
go.
toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's naughty though. That's like late at
That's
night.
actually,
like,
that probably turns you on more, doesn't it?
But yeah.
Yeah? No?
Yeah.
nah.
We'll discuss this privately.
Yeah, I reckon. Should we do this?
People deserve to know.
Yeah, you know.
What, you tell me your weirdest place.
Probably like in the bushes somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah,
bushes is always
the bushes
fun.
is naughty
The
because it's very
beach.
naturey, right?
The beach. How good is the beach? Right?
Yeah,
Don't
very
even-
sandy though.
Yeah.
It does
That's
get everywhere.
that's very
in all the
very
crevices.
irritating.
At night, it's a little bit fucking freaky.
You know what?
Kind of scary.
It's
Tell
like-
me, tell me if you're into this shit. Oh,
Go
this
on.
shit. But you know, if you're having sex and like you feel like someone's watching, do you like that kind of feeling? It feels naughty, right?
It
Do you like
does.
that?
Wait, in what sense? Like
So like
someone's
people watching.
Oh, people I thought you meant
someone's
like
like
some
watching.
spiritual
Yeah.
beings watching.
Nah.
you,
Oh,
like,
yeah, like
oh,
what?
nah.
Like ghosts
Nah,
and
like
ghoulies, or
like
actual
you're
just
doing
human
something
people,
naughty
like-
in a like place that you shouldn't be doing something.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's just human nature, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting, right?
Yeah.
But I actually dated a guy who was into, it's called cock holding, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Where
What is that again?
They get off on
Watching people.
on watching their partner
Get fucked.
by somebody else, right?
Would you do that?
Yeah, nah. Not for me.
Look,
Okay.
at
Here's a
first-
question. You have to watch your partner, or you're part of a cuckold,
Yeah.
but who is the person that he gets to have sex with? If you could pick one person.
Ooh.
It would have
It
to
could
be
be
someone
anyone.
I don't know.
Okay.
It would have to be, right?
So
It would have to be a complete stranger.
who would it be then? Like, so would it be someone famous, or would it be like
You could
a
choose
famous
anyone.
person? If
You
they
choose
could
anyone.
have sex with a famous person, who would it be?
Oh, okay, but if this is my partner that I'm with, what, can it be anyone, or does it have to be a female?
Ooh.
Ooh, what?
Okay.
Depending on what your
Ooh,
partner's
okay.
into, girl.
Hey,
But it's not-
you're telling the
it's not-
story.
It's not up to
You get to
him,
pick.
right?
No, it's not up to him.
It's up to me.
No.
Because the whole
Oh,
experience
fuck.
is meant to be that
She's
person,
twisted
right?
and she's found she's cracked the code.
But that's the thing, because the fantasy of all of that is the
Yeah.
person that's watching it, right?
You've thought about this before, haven't you?
Only because I've been put in that situation to have to think about it.
I think about
Because-
it too.
Right? Because
Tell us about that.
Because this guy that I was dating was really into that, and he'd go on and on and on about it, right? And at first I was like, okay, this is interesting, you know, I'm keen to try things, that's all good.
Yeah.
But then after a while, it was like so full on, because like we'd be doing something sexual, and then he'd get me to message people like on my Instagram and stuff, and start having conversations during, because he'd get off on the fact that I'm
Oh, shit.
right.
Yeah. Well, it's aggressive thing. It's like,
Holy.
fuck, like,
Right.
excuse my language,
and
but
then-
it'd be like, fuck, there's like bitches texting someone else, like, it
Right,
gets aggressive.
right,
Like,
yes, yeah.
you're gonna get taught a lesson. You know what I mean?
And that was where it kind of comes from. And then it kind of escalated a bit more. Then he'd want me to send them pictures during, right?
Did you? You did.
I did.
Yeah.
I did
100%.
actually. I did because it was so weird because I so desperately wanted to please this guy. Right. I don't know what it was about him, but I so desperately wanted to please him that I was kind of almost changing myself to fit what he wanted me to
you
be.
fall into that really
right?
easy though.
Yeah.
And so, and then he'd started going on about this getting someone else in thing, and then he would get me to make like fake Tinder profiles and stuff to kind of try and get people in and then get them to come over and stuff. And it never actually turned into anything because in the end he went on so much about it that it actually started to make me feel very devalued.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of, at first I'm like, yeah, this is exciting. We can talk about this and explore
Well, it's like it's one of those things you want to try,
pushing
but not
pushing
like
on me.
continue.
Yeah.
And then I kind of felt like I wasn't good enough, just me, being me, just being together.
Yep.
It had to always be like to the extremes. We couldn't just explore other things. It was just, this is how it has to be.
But did he ever ask you what you liked and shit like that? Or was it just straight always him?
Oh, always him.
Yeah.
Always him.
What
It was
is
about
your
him.
weirdest kink? Come on.
It's that, isn't it?
Oh my God, am I that open book?
Man, I'm imagining right now.
Look, I don't know.
Or what would be like? Is that the weirdest kink you've had from like a guy? Like, is that the weirdest thing, or was like someone been like licking on your feet or something, or like?
Yeah.
no feet licking.
No.
You're not into that?
Just the normal like butt licking stuff and shoving shit up there
Yeah.
and what have you.
No, I feel like that's pretty normal. though,
Pretty
isn't it?
normal. What else? Yeah, no feet licking. Have you had feet licking?
I haven't had someone lick my feet. I wouldn't let them lick my feet.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm okay with that, eh?
No. Don't go by my feet.
Yeah, feet, no.
I'm not that.
I'm not okay with
I'm not
feet.
there yet.
I'm not there yet.
You'll
Not
get
there
there
yet.
someday.
Give it
Hey, I might
time.
have to meet that
Give it
person
time.
that makes
Give
me
it time.
like. But
You haven't answered the question yet. What is it? What you like? Weirdest sexual fantasy?
I don't.
Have you had one, or is it?
I don't know. I'm pretty open to.
Well, you put
to
like
doing things.
missionary.
Vanilla.
Well, fucking
Vanilla.
turn up there, girl.
I'm pretty keen. Probably missionary.
Yeah, I know. It was missionary and missionary and missionary.
I don't know. Hey, maybe you just love it. That's the best place for passion. You know what I mean? But eye contact. Yeah, eye contact at doom.
Oh God.
What's yours?
Me?
Yeah.
I already said mine.
What?
Remember?
No, your weirdest sexual fantasy.
My weirdest sexual
Not your biggest
fantasy. Man, I don't know. I think I pretty like, to be honest, I live my sexual fantasies. Like I want to be. Fuck, this is gonna sound so deep, but like I want to be like my sexual fantasy is to be so deeply connected with a person on like an emotional level that you're just like you almost like want to like this sounds weird, but like you almost like want to breathe them in, like in a sense, like while you're having sex, like you are so into this person that it's like just give me all, give me all of it.
I know
like,
what you mean.
do you
It's
know
like-
what I mean? Like,
100%.
It feels like you can't get close enough.
exactly,
Right?
exactly, and like being like. Sorry.
That's why you get
too
inside
much,
them.
Too much. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like too much. Like getting inside them is like, like you know what I mean. Like I think that's for me. That would be like my ultimate. And like honestly, to be with the person that I love, like you know, and just know, like fuck, at that point in my life, like that's where I'm at. Like that's my person right now, and like there's nothing else. Like no one else matters, and like that is it for me. Like that. Like it's not really a sexual, but more like I guess. Like, you know, like love, you know what I mean? Like but that ties into the whole thing. See, for me, if I'm in love with someone, like the sex doesn't have to be like all sorts of like kinky and all sorts of shit. It just has to be like so intense between you on a connection level that the sex is just naturally good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Because when you're that connected to someone and everything is so intense, even just the little things like kissing, I'm a big fan of good kissing, right? It has to be
Neck.
good. Even just that can be so much better.
Literally,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? And so intense and amazing compared to just your average.
And that's why for me, like, I'm
jokers, you
real
know?
big on like foreplay because
Yeah.
like if I'm getting to that point where I want to like, like entertain like, 10 minutes of foreplay that like I'm obviously into this chick and like I'm gonna get after it. Like, watch me do my work, girl.
Watch me work.
100%.
What about you? What is your ultimate sexual fantasy? Come on.
I may have had a dream about it, but I can't remember. I may have been daydreaming. Nah.
It might have been
But I've
living
always
that.
thought like, so I could imagine I'm like New York.
All right. Ooh, okay.
And
Yeah,
I've
set the
like
scene,
a-
baby.
I have a super yacht. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In what is it, the Hudson?
Yeah, Hudson River type of shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I text her. And I say, meet me at this place in New York City.
This is like some weekend
And she's
vibes.
dressing up in a red dress.
This guy's in the
Dressing up.
weekend music video
100%.
right now, isn't he?
100%. And she has to wear red dress and red lipstick, her favorite. You know what I mean?
And what about her toenails?
They always red, you know what I mean? And I meet her at this place. And we get a drink. We get a little red wine, right?
Ooh. On the
And-
yacht. Or no?
Nah, we're not on the yacht yet, but I've got a yacht.
I've
know what I mean?
just
And
got
my
a yacht.
guy.
I meet her at this place.
Just
We
a
have a
side note.
little red wine, and I said, and we got one of the, like the penthouse rooms at the top of the New York like hotel. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
So
my guy, you're
we
balling.
get there, and on the way up to the elevator, like I think about just undressing her and shit, and then we get to the room, everything goes down, and
Is it one of
she's
those-
got her
is it one of
she's
those,
got
like-
her hand on the fucking window, and
Yeah.
you can see her in New York. You can see her in New York, and I'm having sex with her like while she's like that.
He's packing her in over the balcony.
and I'm whispering this in her ear. Some things just have to happen like this, baby. And then we take the elevator down and we sleep on a yacht looking at the moon, baby. Like, fuck, this is the
My
dream.
dude. My dude.
like
Ladies, get up on that shit.
You're welcome. You're
But
welcome.
Have you thought about doing it in the gym?
Yes.
All the
I
time.
feel like that is a gym
No,
goers
well-
thing, right?
Especially the sauna. It's got to be hot and sweaty. It makes sense right after a workout.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know, man. For me, I don't think about doing it in the gym. I think about doing it with someone who's like, I guess, like for me, it's the gym fits.
Yeah, okay.
Like, right. But like, even if like you'd finish the gym, like, let
Yeah,
me
yeah,
rip
yeah.
that gym. Like, I've been watching you in that gym fit all, like the last couple of hours. Like, let me rip that shit off.
You're having sex with him like, man, your technique's really bad at the moment.
You need to get deeper in those squats.
Yeah, let me help you out with your back. Arch it a bit more.
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. Just gym. Yeah.
There's so many,
I'm
bro,
such
you
a
know what I mean?
mindset guy in the gym. Like, I'm so focused that I'm like, yeah, nah, probably not.
But I'm keeping an eye out, you know what I mean?
Always got to be aware.
100.
Alert.
Hey, meet me at the gym at like 11:30 at night.
Oh, yeah, it'd have to be at night, when it's
Just for no reason. Let's just train.
just
let's
hang
just
out.
train.
Just go hang at the gym.
Yeah, let's go.
100%.
I love that shit. I
Wow.
love it. All right. So also, right. So you've been through, you've been to a lot of places, right? Where, if not Aussie, where did you find the most attractive men?
Oh, what? But I can't. Not Australia.
What?
Because they are.
If
Really?
not Aussie.
They are
Australian?
here. I think. Yeah,
Wow.
I'd say so.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not exciting, but that's the
Ah.
truth.
Yeah.
I mean, it is exciting for. I just mean, it's just where we're at.
the boys are there sitting at home going, yeah.
Crazy. I thought it might have been some very like European country or some shit like that,
No.
Something like-
No, it's here.
like
But
Argentinian or something like that. Italian.
Is it that they're attractive, or is it like to look at? Just
No,
to,
yeah,
or is
yeah.
it
So
that
you're
they're
on a
they're
deeper
From
level.
that.
right? They're vibey people. They're good people, and I don't know. You know how sometimes you can meet people and not find them physically attractive, but the more you spend time with
Yeah.
them, suddenly you get this like, oh, I'm really into him, right?
100%, yeah.
So is it necessarily all
Yeah.
just about how someone looks, or is it the way they carry
not at all.
themselves
Yeah, not at all.
and like their vibe?
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean?
It has to
feel
be.
that.
It has to
Right?
be. Looks only get you so
Well, that's
far.
what I mean. It's like that's what I
Looking
was
sexy
talking-
only gets you so far, but being sexy is getting you that far.
Yeah,
Confidence
get you all
is
the way,
sexy,
right?
man.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, that's what I was just talking about. Like with my like sexual fantasy, it's like they can look like the hottest girl in the world, but like if I'm not like mentally and emotionally like attracted to them. Like it doesn't really. It's just it's just another action.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
for
crazy.
sure.
Speaking of actions, are you into one night stands? Do you vibe with that?
Look, I've had my fair
You don't
share.
mind?
Look,
Wait, where are you at? Like, okay, if this is too personal, then forgive me.
hit
But
me.
where are you at right now? Like, what's?
What am I up to?
Yeah, what are you up to?
What am
Chilling.
I up to? Yeah, look.
What's good, girl?
I'm doing me. Whoever else is around,
Yeah, you just sort
like
of
at the
just going
time,
with it.
I don't really feel like sex has to be such a thing like everyone makes it out to be. Like,
I mean,
one night
What, in
stands-
terms of like importance?
like I'm okay for like one night stands
Yeah.
and things. I just think like
I mean, like with a
it's
person, like
working-
are you in a position where you're like, you know what, if a male came along and like he fit into my life, like I'd be okay with that. Or
Yeah,
just,
are you
like,
open to
not
relationship?
looking
Oh,
to-
yeah, for sure. Like I don't like to put pressure on myself for things like that. I'm so focused on
I feel like
me
you're so
and
good,
doing
like,
my
right now.
things.
Yeah.
And I've become so independent. Like, and I really
It'd just be weird to have someone else say.
yeah, like I like
I'm
my
fucking
own
stuck
time.
with that. Because I like
Yeah.
relationships, but I just can't see
I
myself
could
being with
fucking
someone.
honestly
Right?
see the same vibe with both of you guys.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so weird. Like,
Because we're drinking the same red wine, bro. Shout out to 19 Crimes. Still waiting on that free wine too. Ugh.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I
That's,
just think
so someone would literally have to come into your life and be like, not present themselves as like making a difference, but like just sort of insert themselves without you knowing and going like, well, I do this, I do this, I do this, I do
Yeah,
this.
right.
Like, and you've
Yeah,
got to see, they
yeah.
go, wow, I actually
oh,
really
this
like
works.
that person.
yeah, for sure, because I
Got
just,
the cheat code for you boys.
no, look,
Oh, it changed. It's not that code anymore.
I'm all about at the moment, like people in my life have to make it better, right? They have to
Add value.
enrich.
100%
They have
add
to
value.
enrich my life. They have to make me better, make my life better. They have to add value. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting your time.
Do you feel like even at the gym, right? So like, like naturally I feel like, we're all drawn to each other because of like that energy,
Yeah.
and like when I'm, when we first talked and stuff, like it was so good hearing that that's what you're after, like
Yeah.
you're after people. And I was like, fuck, like that is exactly the type of people like we need in our lives.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
So that's so interesting that like there's so many people at the gym and you see these people every fucking day, but you don't talk to them.
Yeah,
but
we
then,
talk
like,
about it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
Right?
I'd like to know that person because I know they got something
100%.
underneath
Yeah.
that.
Definitely,
Yeah, that's
but
it.
it's
You
so
can tell,
interesting.
right?
Yeah,
You can
like even
tell.
like Harry, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
like,
little Harry.
Yeah, like my
little
guy,
Harry.
my guy.
He'll watch this too.
He
Yeah,
was
he will,
was
for sure,
listening
for
to
sure.
it. Like he was telling me this morning that he was listening to one last night, like the episode 2. But yeah, like just all the good energy. Like it's just like
right.
good attracts good. Like it's so it's amazing.
Yeah, and when you make the decision to, go out there and get what you want and focus on you,
It all comes to you yourself,
right?
yeah.
And it does, and you don't even have to do anything. Like you literally attract what you're putting out.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
And so when you do that, all the right people come to you. You don't even have to work.
Definitely,
for it,
definitely. Well, that's it. It's like when you're not focusing on anyone else or not doing things for anyone else, but just yourself, everyone almost wants to be a part of that journey and they all sort of gravitate towards you.
Right.
I went through that, like basically maybe, 3 weeks before we started this podcast. Like
Yeah.
I sort of went through that.
I felt like, 100%. I felt like that's also the same reason I started this is like, maybe the people just come to, like, not come to me, but come to the platform because it's exactly about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, like there's been days, right? So like even Jasmine, who was on that fit, right? So she spent a Sunday with us, like maybe like even half a day with us, like maybe a couple of months ago. And she was just like, man, that's like, we just did the simplest things. Like, we went to the gym, went for a walk on the beach, we went for a swim, we went to get breakfast, went for a walk in Burley Hill, all that sort of stuff. But like, we were just having really good conversations. And she was just like, almost like so amazed with how good her day was. But it
Yeah.
wasn't the things that we were doing or where she was at. It was more just like the energy that we all put out,
that's
like
right.
as a collective unit. Like, and I just think that's definitely why people come to the platform because, the energy is there and the sparks just fly whenever,
Yeah.
you
Well,
sort
that-
of get in the room.
That's the thing, man. Like, everyone deserves to be healthy. Everyone deserves to be happy. It's just like, why not you create something that creates that for people? It's like, fuck, I always think about it, man, it's like, especially through COVID, like, there's so much pain in the world. And if you can provide a bit of health and happiness for someone, just to let them know that, fuck, everything's going to be okay. And like, everything can get better if you're willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
Right.
that's all you need. And it's just like, I talk about all the time, like at least one day, like that's every time I put content out for that fit, the mindset is to hopefully someone sees this and makes their day better.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I can, then sweet.
That's all you have to do is make one person's life better, right?
And that's it.
If you make someone smile that day, then you've achieved all you need to achieve, right? You've impacted somebody else, which is all it's about.
I remember Eminem, that's something that really sticks out with me for him. It's like he doesn't do many interviews, and they're like, why don't you do interviews and things like that? And he's like, well, I'm not out here trying to change the whole world, right? Like, I make music to get like his feelings and get that sort of stuff out. And he was like, even if there's only one kid, and this is Eminem, the biggest artist in the world, saying this, even if there's only one person in the world that resonates with my music and it helps them, that's why I made that music, And it's like, you get to a point where you're doing things not for the recognition, but to help people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really, really, it's a really cool vibe. It's definitely a cool vibe. But what is your, like, obviously you're in a really healthy mindset. You've been through a lot, you've come from a lot. What is your sort of routine, like your morning routine look like now for you? Like, do you do anything, like, I guess in the sense of like affirmations or meditation or anything like that to maintain that mindset? Or how do you keep up with it?
Okay, so the first thing I do is I make sure I wake up at the same time every single day, no matter what I'm doing.
What time is it?
I have 5. So it's not too early. It's a decent time, though. It works for my life.
So you just fuck around, don't come to the gym for like 3 hours?
Oh, no, because usually I've already been to work. So
kidding.
I do. I work
know
in the
this.
morning, then go to the gym.
See, look at that, just pinch a nerve.
You don't even
pinch a nerve,
Right.
easy
Oh,
way.
you don't even work that hard at the gym either.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. Pinch another nerve. It's the easiest way to do it with this girl.
No, it's only because the gym is like the
heart
gym
and soul of it.
It
Yeah.
saved my life, right? And
Definitely.
so it's so important to me.
Yeah.
And so that is
100%, like,
tugging at my heart,
you dare.
right?
No.
Like, because that's
You okay,
that's,
precious?
that's my baby. So anyway, get up at 5.
Yeah.
And I always make my bed straight away. I think that's really important. You should always
Where'd you
make
get
your
that
bed.
from?
Okay.
Or is it something you've always done?
No, it's not something I've always done. I can't remember where I heard it or who I heard it from, but somebody said because it's the first thing of the day that then you've won, right?
Yeah.
You've made your bed.
Okay.
It's a task. You get up, you do it. You've won. And also it makes a difference because if you walk into your room and your bed is made, you've got a clear
Yeah.
environment.
No matter if you've had a bad
clear
day
mind.
either, you know what I mean?
And then
I
when you
love
get
that. That's-
into bed at night,
Yeah.
it's beautiful, it's fresh, it's cozy.
Coming
it's
home
wonderful.
from work to a clean room made bed,
Right? Perfect.
priceless. Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
So
I usually do it like after I get back from the gym. It's crazy though.
Yeah, no.
See, for me, I'll just
do it
get up,
straight
get
away.
ready, have a shower, all that sort of stuff, walk straight out. I don't want to see the house until I'm come back from the gym. Like,
no, see,
interesting. Okay, I might try it. I'm gonna try it.
I have
honestly,
to do it.
Yeah.
So I get up and I make my bed because then it's like already before I've even kind of come to, I've already won something. Right, tick done. So then I used to meditate, but I have actually stopped. So I do need to pull myself up on that a bit and maybe start doing that again.
Okay, so you just didn't stop for any reason. It was just you stopped doing that.
You know how things slowly, and that's our own fault, and we shouldn't let that happen. But things just slowly kind of.
But in the sense, that's actually it's sort of good that you did for this, because how has it changed? Have you found any changes from when you were meditating to like now? Like,
Yeah, what does meditation? Because I think
sure.
everyone has a different
Yeah.
perception of meditation.
Yeah.
What do you find? What does meditation mean for you?
Yeah, so I used to do guided meditation, but then all I did was just be. So
Yeah.
literally just sit
Yeah.
and just be still. And like they say that you should focus on like things that you can hear and just little things like that and things you can feel and just,
Where do you
and then
do
just be just in my room.
okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so I make my bed and then I'd do my thing. Not for you don't need to do it for very long, but
Nah,
just a
not
short
at all.
period of time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it does kind of like ground you and kind of sorts your head out. Because when you wake up and you're like, oh, I've got to go to work and I've got to do this and I've got to make my bed and you kind of get all clouded. And then if you leave the house in that mindset, it's probably going to be like that for
Definitely.
the rest of the day, right?
100.
So I have noticed a difference. Yeah, for sure. So I need to pull myself up and do that again.
So
Why,
after
what have you been doing
meditation-
if you haven't been meditating?
I get ready. Oh, I've been taking my dogs for a walk in the morning
Okay,
because it's
yeah.
got so hot in the day.
yeah.
They can't handle it in the day, so I
You
have to
love
take
your
them
dogs, hey?
out. Oh, They are dead set the best. They're better than human beings, 100%.
I like that.
They don't talk shit to you.
They don't talk shit.
They don't talk back.
They're loyal and they love you just for being you.
How good is it to have, like, to come home and have the
Someone
most
running out the door.
excited, the most excited little
Right?
little beings. Like,
The bro gets home, hey, handsome. Oh, fuck, not this kind again.
That's dead set minded. They're like, oh, fuck. she's
I come
okay.
home either like, up to.
You had to come home today?
Nah, they're good.
Hey, look,
So
talk
good
to
for
me
the soul.
about this because a few weeks ago we were talking about how you went skydiving
Yeah, dude.
Right.
For the third time, baby.
for the third time. She
Third
loves
time.
it, right?
One wasn't enough?
No. Have you ever done it?
Exactly. No.
Yeah.
Was that a no?
Feels like the same as having a girlfriend.
It's okay.
Free falling,
All right.
baby.
Well, you're both going to make
Yeah.
a pact to me. on
No,
here.
no,
Yes,
no, no,
yes,
no, no, no,
yes,
no, I knew the
yes,
fuck,
yes,
no.
yes.
I brought this up for motivational purposes.
I'd do it. I like it. I've done bungee jump, I think. It'd be
Yeah.
I've done a
similar.
bungee jump too. It's
I'm gonna, what is
What'd
it?
you like better?
a skydive, but a bungee jump's harder to do because
Really?
you actually have to.
Yeah, I
you know
like the
when you
harder
stood there
things, you know what I mean?
and of course you do.
My God.
Don't we all?
And I'm not talking about... No.
Can
I'll
take
just
this
fuck,
away.
I'll just fuck off.
No.
That's what she said. Nah.
But no, anyway, get off that. Like,
Yeah.
talk to me about this because I was saying, like, look, I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of falling, and it's been with me for the longest time. And you told me about a video by Will Smith. Talk to us about that video.
Yeah, so it's just him explaining his experience around skydiving, right?
Because this resonates not only with skydiving, guys, but like
But with life?
with life. Yeah.
100%. And he basically just says that it's a really interesting confront with fear
Yeah.
because, well, the obvious reasons you're in a plane and someone's telling you to jump out and your body and your mind's going,
No.
why the bloody hell do I want to do that? Like, that makes no sense. But then he says, like, the lead up to doing it, so, you know, you're out drinking with your friends and all of that, and then everyone's like, yeah, let's go skydiving.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, and then you go home to your house or whatever, and you're thinking, I'm just hoping everyone was really drunk and
You
no
know,
one's
Will
going to follow
Smith's doing
through.
it in like his real comedic, like,
Right, and
it's so good.
It's so good. And then he says, you know, yeah. So then he says, you meet them all for breakfast, and everyone's still there, and you're thinking, oh fuck, like I can't be the only person
Still
not to
talking.
do this, and like, oh damn it. So he's like, and then you're stressing, and you can't eat breakfast, and you can't do this, and you know you're really worried, and everything's getting on top, and you're thinking, all right, well, okay, I'll just follow everyone to the plane, then surely no one's going to get on, and then everyone gets on, and then you're in the plane, and it's getting higher.
Man,
and
I'm
then,
getting nervous right now.
right? And then,
Just listening
and then
to
you're
it.
hanging out, and then he's like, and then in that moment, when you fall out of the plane, and suddenly it's the most like blissful thing
It's
of
the
your whole
most
life,
peaceful thing,
right? And he's like, you're flying, and the wind's holding you there, and you're gliding through the air, and it's the most amazing feeling. And he's like, his point is that why are you so stressed and anxious and worried right up until the actual moment of jumping out? Because there's nothing to be worried about. You just don't do it. And he's like, why are you worried at breakfast? Why are you worried when you're in the plane? There's no need.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, you just don't do it.
Yeah.
But he says that God places all the best things on the other side of fear.
It's amazing. I love
And
that.
so- it gives me goosebumps.
As soon as you
Yeah,
told
yeah.
me that at the gym, I was like, I'm definitely watching that. And
Right.
honestly, like, it is such a, especially with, us today as a generation, we overthink like crazy. Like, like that's such a, I was talking to people at work about this. It's like, like even like this, one of the girls is like going through this thing with a guy, and it's like, she's out here, right, having conversations that everyone that will listen at work, right, and thinking about it. Each time she has a conversation with these people, they're almost like progressing the situation in her head. Whereas on the guy's side, it hasn't moved since the last time that like he talked to her. So like she's making up all these ideas and progressing. So by the end of like all of her conversations, she feels like so much more in that like sort of situationship has been done, and the bro's just like, I saw you last, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like, it's such an interesting aspect to overthink, and that's like a clear example of like so overthinking when you should just either go and do it or don't do
or
it.
just don't.
You know what I mean?
It's that, and that's the point. It's like it's that simple.
Yeah.
Just if you don't want to do it, just don't do it.
Exactly.
Don't stress about doing something.
Look,
You
we
know,
want to
like-
let me finish on this, right?
Yep.
This is the all important question. All right. What is rich? What does being rich mean to you?
What being rich to me would be, I would use the word freedom.
What does freedom look like to
But
you?
freedom to me would be, I guess, doing something that fulfills me,
Yeah.
and therefore feeling free to do that, to express myself, you know, and the freedom, not rich like with money and things that, or things. I'm not a things person. I don't need things. But experiences and being rich with the people, you know, the people that I have around me in my circle, making just, if I can leave the world a little bit better than when I got here, that would be...
That's all you need to do.
That would be, just a little
Sammie.
bit. It's like, don't stop.
God damn, bro.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what it's all about. And it's just about making memories, right? And experiences. Because at the end of the day, when all is said and done and we're on our deathbeds, it's not going to be the money in the bank or the cars we got or the house we live in.
Can't take it with you.
It's the most important thing is what you leave behind, as in the memories that you leave other people with. Because if I could have people there going, oh, God, remember when we did that? Remember when we did that? God, that was a great time. That's leaving a mark, right?
Yeah.
And that's being rich to me, the experiences and the things that you create for other people. You know,
I love
memory.
that. I absolutely love that,
Yeah.
honestly. Well, you
Just
have
the
been
creativity as
absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you so much for coming.
Thank you guys
Take
very
us out,
much.
bro.
All right. Wow, that was a
What a
crazy
fucking good
episode.
episode, man.
Thank you so
Honestly.
much, guys, for tuning in. We are slowly building this thing out, and I love it exactly how it's slowly building. So thank you to everyone. If you'd like to leave a comment down below, check out Sammie's stuff. We'll link that stuff down in the description. So go show some love. Check that out. Let us know what you think. But until next time, you guys know what to do. Stay fit. Stay vibey. Love you all. Take care.
Let's go.
You giving me vibes, the topic
Well
I wanna
done.
die for, babe.
was
I
great.
want you in my life. I give you diamonds and ice, baby. I'ma have to keep you locked up in my pocket. I'm zooming through the love, I'm passing like I'm in a rocket. I did some wrongs and now I'm